Somebody explain what's going on with Kandi. Hey girl, we used to love you. Now you gone crazy and nasty and mean and it's boo-boo. Yes, we do. We don't like you. You used to be our favorite, but now you also stink and rude. Greetings from freezing Philadelphia. Lord, LA, I don't miss your prices, but I miss your weather. It's cold here, but I heard it was cold there too. Anyway, let's talk about this episode. I wasn't going to review it because the lighting in my mom's home is a mess. I'm literally in her closet. Sorry, Mom. But this is the only place that I could do this because the lighting is a mess. But I want to talk about this episode. I had to talk about this episode because unlike some people, I do, because I work in TV, film and TV, get at your girl. I know that a lot of this stuff is produced, like a lot of reality TV is produced and not real, you know. And as an actor, you can see when people are faking. You can understand when scenes are like reshot. For whatever reasons, I know that a lot of things are fake. However, Kandi and Phaedra's relationship, if they are faking this is the best reality TV faking I've ever seen, because I really believe that they were friends. I really, really did. And so to see their relationship falling apart like this is breaking my heart. It really, really is. And I'm so hurt because I really believe that they were really good girlfriends. And to be honest, I love seeing these black women cackling and getting along on TV. It was refreshing, but that's over. So let's get into this episode. So this episode opens up with Porsha going over to Phaedra's house to babysit her beautiful children. I know Portia's like technically a single mother because her husband is in jail, or like white collar jail, whatever, or prison. He's in prison. I should know this. Damn it. He's in prison for various reasons. He's in prison. And so she's like a single mom. You know what I mean? They're getting divorced, whatever. So she's like a single mom. And I said that to say that her kids are turning out so well. Money, man. Money. Because those kids are smart. Those boys are so funny. And they're just so cute. I love whatever scenes they're in. Like this scene with Porsha watching Phaedra's kids because she wants to figure out if she can do the single mom thing. I don't believe this storyline. Why does my mom have a landline? Why? It's 2016. You don't need I gotta come back. Hold on. So I'm back. What I was saying was that I don't believe Porsha's storyline because I don't believe that she's trying to, trying to do this single mom thing. Hey, Porsha, girl, I'm not buying it. You're not trying to be a single mother. You do want to have kids, though. And I think that Porsha is trying to rush having a child because her sister had a baby. I don't think it's like jealousy or anything like that. But I feel like maybe when that starts to happen around you, you start thinking like, oh, I want to do that, especially when it's like your sister. Like, I never thought about having children at this time in my life until like my friends started getting knocked up and I was like, oh my goodness, this looks so cute. And then they were just like, don't do it. So, so I don't know. But anyway, I'm just saying, I feel like I would have liked that storyline more because that would have been more believable of the storyline of Porsha rushing to have this life because she sees it manifest in her sister. I do not for 1 second believe that she wants to get like a sperm donor and have these kids, you know, multiple children and raise them by herself. Don't no woman want to do that. Don't no woman want to be a single mom, especially not the way this nation has dragged single mothers through the coals. Who wants to be that? That lifestyle ain't desirable. So I'm not buying that. And I do like the slow, taking your time, Porsha, because I feel like this is better. And I like him. I really, really do. For various reasons. The main one being that he's gorgeous. Oh, he looks great on TV. And I wonder, because Bravo is playing the storyline like he's a brother, but he gives me Samoan. So let's see if we'll find that out this season. It doesn't matter, but I feel like if he was of another culture, Bravo will play that up though, because they love an interracial love affair. Like they love when we mix it up on that network. So I don't know, but he gives me Samoan. Ambiguous brothers. Yes. Then we move over to Sheree and her son, Cairo. Listen. Okay, thank you, Lord, for correcting me, because I don't like to, it's not that I don't like to, and I'm not going to talk about people's features and how people look, because listen, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'm just saying, with Bob being, you know what, Cairo is handsome. He's handsome, you know, so we're just going to go there. He's handsome, and whoo, because he could have went another way. That's all I'm trying to say. He could have went another way. So good job, Sheree, because your son is fine. And I do think that he has a career in modeling. He's tall, gorgeous, fit. I think he does. I mean, I don't mind looking at him on this TV screen, so I wouldn't mind looking at him in a magazine. I think he has what it takes. And then Bob shows up, and he's always like sweating profusely. I know the South is warmer because it's closer to the equator. Yup. So I know it's warmer down there, right? But in every scene, Bob is just soaked in his own sweat. So I don't know if this is just his natural body, like something's going on. Maybe, you know, sweat glands are being blocked. I don't know what's going on. Maybe there may be an overloadage of, you know, hardiness. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But he's sweaty in every scene. And I know Atlanta is hot, but in scenes where he's with other people, he's the only one that's soaked. So I don't know if he's just has something up with his glands, if this is just what happens to maybe football players after a certain age. I don't know. Or maybe it's just coke. Can we just talk about the elephant in the room? Could it be withdrawals? Could it be drugs? Then we head on over to Kenya. Moving right along. So our girl Cynthia bought a house in Atlanta for $940,000 in Atlanta. Girl, why? Why? You can get a freaking department store in Atlanta for under $200,000. Listen, I have family members and friends who have moved down to Atlanta, and for what they are paying for like a condo in Philly, they are getting a stadium-sized mansion for barely nothing. So I don't know why she paid that. I hope it's maybe like an investment property or something like that. But that's way too much money to be dropping on a home in Atlanta when it's just you and your daughter who's about to go off to college or probably move out of the home at some point. And it's just you in that big lake house. You know what? This is why, not all, but I have issues with black people, with some black people with money. Because when y'all get money, y'all do white things. Like buy a lake house by yourself. Ain't no men in the family. What are you doing? You in Kenya with these houses in the woods. That's just weird and white. We don't do that. We don't live far out in the woods where nobody can find us. You got to drive down this long driveway like you driving to Buckingham Palace and it's all these trees or whatever surrounding you. What if something happened? Who getting all the way down there? And then Cynthia got her baby next to some lake in the woods? You single. You know what I mean? You need a nice little fly condo downtown with the young people, because the way you looked Cairo up and down in that next scene, honey, you want something young. And that's okay. Get them young, get them dumb and full of... I'm not going to do it because my mom is probably going to watch this. Then we move over to Kandi and her cackling demonic staff. I am so over Kandi and her servants. Andy, or wait, is it Carlos doing this? I think it's Carlos. Get rid of those demonic servants. I am so over Kandi and her servants. They have got to go. They are annoying. They bring the show down. First of all, let me speak to you, Kandi, as a business owner, as a businesswoman, as a professional. You have got to stop allowing these Bravo cameras to come inside of your workplace and, take it, which to be honest is probably just a moment of time from your business, from, us watching you, bringing America into watching your business. You have got to stop doing it, because I'm telling you, it looked like y'all don't do nothing. All Don Juan does is sit down in that chair, slouch, bad posture, and hold a laptop lazily. Every time he holds a laptop, I'm just like, he's never held a laptop before in his life. It looked like it's about to fall to the ground and break it. You have got to do something about this. You make your business, or you as a businesswoman, look very unprofessional, that you'll sit down there, your best friend, I've never seen her with the notepad. I've never seen her with the cell phone. I've never seen her with at least a little laptop taking notes. She just sits there perched and cute. What are you paying her for? Now, granted, she probably has a job, and she probably works really well for you. We've never seen it. We've only seen her gossip. We've only seen her sit there and just toot. I can't believe it. That Phaedra, jealous. That's all we've seen her do. And you look very unprofessional. And I know that you probably are not that way. I'm just saying, what we get a glimpse into of your life, it's always this. We never see work going on at candy coated plastic Kids R Us furniture office. We never get to see that. We never get to see you guys actually working. We just the only time we see you guys, you and your staff of demonic servants, the only time we see you guys together filming is when you are tearing down Phaedra. And that's just horrible, because I thought this friendship was real, and it pisses me off. I'm very upset about this, because even if you are no longer friends, you don't do this. You don't dog the person out, because you just never know when you'll heal or you'll move forward. Or maybe we just want you guys to become friends again. But I feel like at this point, it's over. But honey, stop letting Bravo film your workspace. You look very unprofessional. Nothing ever gets done. Nothing gets done. You guys just gossip. It looks horrible for your business. And you just sit there, oh, what you say? Oh, don't say that about the bomb. And you can't make yourself try to look innocent in this situation, because you don't. Because you sit there and you allow them to say these things, and it looks bad on you. Because before all of this started happening, all of America, myself included, thought that you were our little country sweetheart. We thought that you were just too... Everybody used to always say when you first got on the show, Kandi, it's too nice to be on this show. Well. You can't be that sweet and have that type of community. If that's your community, it's you. It's you. Because you reflect what is around you. And if you are allowing people who you pay to talk about people like that, people who you were in friends with, and you know what, to come to think about it, you let them talk about Todd like that, even when y'all were dating. Now that he's your husband, they don't talk about him no more. But before that, you know what? This staff got too much leeway. This staff is unprofessional. You have to bring them in. You have to decide if you guys are going to be friends or co-workers or both, but you have to set the tone when we're working now and now we're friends, because the lines are just blurred and you look like a horrible boss. You really do. You look like you're not getting things done. You look like you just sit there and let them talk. And it also seems very calculated, because you know that they're known for just dissing and talking about Phaedra, or all of your friends, or anybody who you have the issue with. And even your mama, let me tell you something. None of them could still work for me if they talked about my mama. Even if my mama was wrong. This is a problem. This staff is a problem. Now that I'm talking about it and I'm recollecting everything from that scene, I get more and more pissed off. They are out of bounds. They are disrespectful, and you need to bring them in, because it looks bad on you as a businesswoman. Because as someone who could be an investor, I'm looking at like, where's my money going? Like, what are they doing? I'm just looking like how an investor would probably look at this and just be like, what are you guys doing? Besides talking around, so wasting my money. What are you doing with my investment? Now, if this is all your coinage, okay, do you. Do you waste your money away? Because that's what it looks like. It just doesn't look like you guys are doing anything. And again, I know it's just only a glimpse of time, but girl, bring that staff in. They're unprofessional. Tell Don Juan to sit up straight. Give your best friend a notepad and tell her to take down some damn notes. Ugh! Get them off. Get them off. So now we're back to Kenya. We're going to talk about this. So Kenya calls her father out to like have an intervention with her and Matt because she needs a storyline. Can we just be real? No, we don't believe this, Kenya. Look at Twitter. Look at the tweets. We don't believe it. We don't believe it. Matt done already put your business out there on the Shade Room all over. Your business is all in the streets. Even TMZ got your number. So it's like, we don't believe it anymore. And there's just like no interest in it. You know what I mean? So this scene with your father talking to you and your, you know, cute little IKEA Etsy kitchen. We don't care. It's just like, okay. But you're fine. Okay. Is it the South or is it, he's very Paul Tuckett. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, is this the South? But is he not? Isn't he from Detroit? You know what? I don't know. I'll move on. I ain't talking about nobody's parents. I wasn't trying to talk about him, but I feel like the more and more I go, the blood of Lord, I thought it was a spider on the ground. It was one of my mother's pearls. I got to get out of this closet before I get put out. Anyway, what was I talking about again? Then we cut to this scene where this nice sit down with Sheree and Cynthia, and they're talking about Cairo and his modeling career. And Sheree says, well, I would like to get him to walk at New York Fashion Week. And Cynthia goes, oh, New York Fashion Week is like the Super Bowl for models. Now, I'm going to give you that. I, as an actor who has studied and trained for this, hold things dearly. You know what I mean? So I get what she's saying. I get where Cynthia's coming from. But let's be real here. Let's be real here. Bravo alone has given New York Fashion Week 2 supermodels. Okay? Bravo alone has made supermodels. So it's not far-fetched that Cairo could walk in New York Fashion Week. He probably might do it next year. Probably. Because reality TV, whether you like it or not, is very powerful because it's influential. People are watching it. People are tweeting about it. And at this point, that's what people care about now. It's how many Instagram followers you have, how many Twitter followers. Let Cairo get a couple of million followers on whatever social network. He's going to be at New York Fashion Week. Y'all don't care no more. They ain't finding models at like a Walmart in, Kensington. Wait. Maybe a model could come out of Kensington, Philadelphia. I'm just saying, they used to find models in like these weird, civilization is dead places and make them into supermodels. They don't do that anymore. You look on Instagram and you find somebody and they could be tender-eyed. They could have, spider bifida, club feet. But if they got a lot of followers, they putting them on the runway. I'm telling you. Look at the latest New York Fashion Week. Them heifers couldn't walk. But they were influential. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Wait, is that racist? You know what? They just kept on forcing Kenya and Matt on us this episode. We didn't want it. We don't want it no more. We are over this couple. They have already broken the fourth wall. Is there a fourth wall in reality TV? But they've broken a wall or whatever, and they've told us all the business. So, Bravo, you need to get your housewives contracts together because they have told us everything. So we don't even care anymore. What did Matt say that she was? You are manipulative and psychotic. Something. Whatever he called her. And where is he from? Where's this accent? Where? It's like New York, Baltimore, New Zealand, like where is it from? Anyway, Kenya calls her dad and calls her dad so she can have to sit down with Matt, and Matt doesn't come. And I think that Matt did not want to come because he did not want to be on camera. But he was being respectful to her father because Kenya is manipulative and disrespectful. So he didn't want to film with her, but he did it to be respectful to her father. And it was just, we didn't need this scene. We didn't need it. At first, when I did watch this scene, I was just like, Kenya, you are good and grown, and you're calling your father Dad. Can you meet with Matt, Dad? And at first, I was just like, girl, get it together. But then I realized, despite how I feel about her as a character on this show, she just wants to be loved. Like, the girl really wants, like, family, and the rejection of a parent is tough. And I think that because she wants to be loved so badly, when she gets around her father, she becomes like this little girl. And every woman does that with their dad, but I feel like she goes to like infant, like fetus, because she just wants so much love and acceptance from her parents and she's not getting it from her mama. So she just like, I don't know, just overdoses on her dad. And at first it was just like annoying, but then it was sad because it was just like, oh, this girl just wants to be loved, and she's constantly rejected of her own accord. Like, honey, you put yourself in these situations. Now, Matt got a little problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that he's violent. I just think that you guys are toxic, and when toxic people get together, they bring out the worst in each other. Y'all need to leave it alone. Kenya, Matt is very young. Leave that child alone. When you are an older woman and you get with somebody young, you were never supposed to like get involved like that. Listen, learn from Demi Moore, older ladies. Young men are just, a little pump and tump. Hey, that's it. You're not supposed to marry them and have kids by them and get serious. No, you're not at the same mind level. Even men who are the same age as you, they are still very much younger than you in mind. So that's why women normally get like an older dude, because it's like, even the guys our age are just, I'm a man, I'm slow. It happens. It's just how they made up. So he's just, Matt's just too young for you, girl. He's too young. And, you got some stuff you need to work through first before you get into this. But I realize, time is ticking down and you want to have a kid and you want to be married and have all these things. But look, Janet Jackson, listen, it's possible. If you got the right coin, you can do whatever you want to do. In Jesus. I'm going to put that out there because I don't, 2016 is a killer. I don't want him to take me out too. Shoot, let me stay in the good graces of the Christ. But I do want to say this last thing. Shout out to the Shady Bravo editors. This network is only where it's at because Bravo hires the best editors. Your editors are so shady, so nasty, so rude that their edits are insane. Like this scene with Kenya and her dad and Matt, and her father is talking about, well, if you wanna, then walk away. If you don't want it, then walk away. But if you do wanna, then you stay. Then you stay, and you walk and you turn around and you come back and let her know that you want to be here. And then the next scene is Matt walking away. I was like, they ain't have to put that in there, but they did because those editors are shady and deserve a raise. They deserve a raise. I watch all these housewives shows, and I'm telling you, the edits, shade. Love it. So now we're at the most talked about moment of this episode, and that is the sad, pathetic, demonic dinner with Kandi and Phaedra. And I'm just so hurt. I'm so hurt because, again, I believe this friendship. I wanted it to work out. I've fallen out with people before who were friends, but this is like a real friendship. You know what I mean? Like, how you're in something with a friend and you fall out and y'all don't talk. Wow, bro. There go that landline. To see what you have morphed into this season 9, it's just very, very disappointing because we all loved you. 90s kids loved you. We still do. It's just very disappointing because it's like, oh, she's not as nice or as sweet as we thought she was, and you just came in very negative and nasty, and especially when Phaedra's like, maybe I loved you more than I love my husband. And I believe that because they were going through some, her and her husband were going through a divorce. It was happening. It was, or leading up to a divorce. And, you know, sometimes you really, really love your girlfriends to the point where they're like, it's like a sisterhood, you know, so I don't think that she was trying to say anything, you know, freaky for you to be like, oh, you loving me like you loving chocolate, or some mess. And let's get to telling her business like that on national TV. Girl code is broken. I get it. That line that she said about your husband looking for that change was hilarious, but it was wrong. It was wrong. But you still don't go on national TV and tell that woman's business like that. That was just nasty. And that showed you as that friend who you get in an argument with and they just bring up the nastiest stuff. You could be in a fight with a friend and it's not the type of friendship where you think it's going to, you know, tear apart. You just feel like you're going to say some things to just move on. And then that friend, you say something, well, that's why your sneakers are ran over and dusty. And then that friend comes out of nowhere. Oh, my sneakers is dusty, but at least I have abortion in 96. What? That's where you went. You went so deep and so low. You just came off real nasty. And I'm telling you, the public was speaking last night. We were pissed. But this morning, I woke up with a different perspective and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? She's hearing a lot of things from different people. She's seeing this stuff play back on different episodes. She's hearing things that she said and seeing things on this show from what she said about her husband. And, you know, sometimes when women get married and they do this husband thing, they just go real left. And it's probably a newlywed thing, because I had a girlfriend who got married, and it was my husband this and my husband that. Now that she a couple kids in, and a couple years into that marriage, now all she want to do is hang out. So, you know, you just got to let her have those moments, because when women get newly married, they are very just, like, annoying. So I feel like Kandi's being very overprotective of her husband right now, and I understand it. And, so I'm thinking that maybe she came to that dinner so angry, and her mother is feeding her things about Phaedra, and she's feeding her mother things about Phaedra. So it's just like this relationship is unrepairable because they are both in very hurt places. I think that Phaedra probably came to this dinner wanting to repair or wanting to move forward, and Kandi came to this dinner to destroy her, and she did. So sad. So that's where that episode ended. Next week, we're going to get more of Kandi and her mother and her soulless servant speaking ill of Phaedra. Before I move on, let me address this. Kandi, I really think, woman to woman, you need to get your mother off of this show, because she's been messy for a while now. And I think when she was saying negative things about Todd, because we didn't know who Todd was or where he was coming from, because, you know, again, 90s kids, very protective over Kandi. We were kind of like siding with her. Even I was just like, yeah, what's up with him? And then his mom died, and I was just like, I'm done. You know, they got married. I was like, listen, I'm Mama Joyce, I'm not on your team no more. This is going too far. So, you know, we were and people have been very respectful, but she's been becoming this really nasty character on this show. So I think you need to speak to her and maybe pull her back a bit, because people have been respectful for a very long time. They're not being respectful anymore. And I think you're going to start seeing, like, a lot of people saying more and more negative and mean things about your mom as she becomes this type of villain on this show. So I think you either need to, like, maybe next season pull her back, or, you know, talk to the producers, like, maybe you can cool off my mom this season. Now, listen, I don't want to mess with nobody's coin, but I'm just saying, I'm sensitive about my mama. I know you sensitive about your mama, so I'm just speaking woman to woman. You might want to, like, pull her back or get her off this show for a minute. Let the public breathe, because people are going to start going for her. You know, the respect is about to leave, and they're about to start going for her in drills. Right now, they coming for her, but I mean, when the fans turn, girl is ugly. And, you know, I just wouldn't want my mom to be in that type of firestorm. So I think it's probably best that you pull her in season 10 and let her simmer with them sisters, because, girl, they fitting to turn on Mama Joyce. Anyway, next season's probably gonna be next episode is probably gonna be just as messy, and I'll be there. See you soon for Vanderpump. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do Vanderpump. That comes on tonight. Messy white people. I can't wait. Bye.